Hey, what's up everybody? Today we're diving into various hard dance genres, and I'll be ranking them in a top-tier list. Enjoy! This video is subjective. I'll be categorizing the genres based on personal taste, influence within the scene, and the scene itself as it relates to each genre. As a result, this video is highly personal, and opinions are encouraged for discussion. Music is a deeply individual experience, and preferences can vary widely depending on the genre one started with. Also, I'll be sharing some of my favorite tracks for each genre in the video. I can't cover every aspect of each genre here, so I'll be showcasing snippets and a curated selection of tracks. I decided to use D to S. S is very special and outstanding. A very good. B is good. C is nice to okay. And D is like meh, because no genre is really completely shit. Except German Schlager, that's shit. But I'm gonna make a list about hard dance music, also called harder styles, and its most common genres. I won't go too deep into each subgenre, this would go far beyond the video. So let's start with a good oldie that hooked my heart. Early hardstyle from the early 2000s is a great introduction to harder styles. It's not too fast, sitting at around 140, 150 BPM, and has a solid drive. The reverse bass is the main element here, complemented by trance-like sounds that create a cool, flowing vibe. I personally love this genre because it connects back to my roots in the Melbourne shuffle scene of the 2010s, which ultimately led me into the harder style scene. The tracks still bang, and Melbourne shuffle has long since gone mainstream. Many early hardstyle-inspired tracks are now being picked up in genres like hard techno or neo-rave, leading to a revival of this genre in the 2020s, which of course makes me happy. Overall, I would categorize this genre as a solid B-tier genre because it's relatively simple and not as high quality.
I am sitting in the morning at the diner on the corner. I am waiting at the counter for the man to pour the coffee, and he fills it only halfway, and before I even argue, he is looking out the window, somebody coming in.
Hard trance is like the beautiful sister of early hardstyle, and together they belong to the early hardstyle family, which ultimately shaped the hardstyle genre. With beautiful melodies, driving, energetic kicks, and expansive atmospheres, hard trance remains one of my all-time favorite genres. The Melbourne shuffle is deeply rooted within this genre. Because this genre had a very cool and welcoming dance scene, along with its own dance style in the Melbourne shuffle, and the music was exceptionally well produced for its time. Unfortunately, this genre is no longer actively produced. While elements of hard trance are being incorporated into techno, it doesn't exist in its original form anymore, where ravers gathered to shuffle. Therefore, it's a nostalgic genre of the 2000s, deserving its place on a higher A-tier ranking. Classic hardstyle is one of the legendary genres in electronic music. It serves as the solid foundation for all hardstyle subgenres and has had a tremendous influence on the scene, gaining popularity worldwide. It features hard-hitting kicks that are synchronized and pitched with the melody, creating a powerful atmosphere. The melodies from this era are still being remixed today and remain legendary. Shuffle and Jumpstyle were incredibly popular during this era, so much so that European schools even taught Jumpstyle as part of their curriculum. melodies and vocals of that time left a lasting impression on an entire generation, including myself. They were the soundtrack to the first parties and raves of the 2010s, when you went out for the first time, seeking for new experiences and party. Because it is the genre of harder styles and has had such a profound influence with timeless melodies that still resonate today, especially during my youth, it deserves an outstanding S-tier ranking. Rawstyle is the harder side of hardstyle, characterized by a slightly higher BPM, ranging from 155 to 160, and featuring hard kicks with dark, menacing melodies. It has gained significant popularity and is a fundamental part of the hardstyle genre. Modern hardstyle has become significantly harder due to Rawstyle, which I see as a positive evolution. I had a lot of fun hitting those kick rolls and especially witnessing the evolution back when hardstyle wasn't divided into two camps. The innovative kicks are what make Rawstyle so interesting, as trends and the overall sound of the genre can change dramatically in just a few years. Because Rawstyle has had such a significant impact on the scene, gained a large audience, and contributed uniquely to the genre, I would place it just below a top-tier ranking, at a very solid A level. While it's exceptional, it falls just short of outstanding. Xtra Raw is like the big brother of Rawstyle, but on steroids. Just like the crowd, Xtra Raw is even more intriguing than Rawstyle because it pushes the boundaries of hardness further. It doesn't always have to be fast to be hard. The kicks at 160 BPM are aggressively designed, and Xtra Raw has gained a large following. Back then, acts like Delete, Rebellion, and Malice were pioneers of this subgenre, and I was fortunate to witness it firsthand, for which I am very grateful. Because Xtra Raw is so innovative with its brutal kicks and has pushed modern Rawstyle to even greater hardness, I believe it deserves an S-tier ranking, making it an outstanding genre within the harder styles. Euphoric hardstyle is the beautiful counterpart to raw hardstyle, representing the light side of the spectrum. With a focus on uplifting melodies at 150 BPM, this genre is very accessible and creates a positive vibe at large festivals. Some may consider it a bit cheesy, though. For many people, euphoric hardstyle serves as the gateway into the harder styles scene, making it an important component for recruiting newcomers. In the early 2010s, it was also a part of my music taste. However, over time, my preferences shifted towards harder styles like Rawstyle and hardcore. From today's perspective, I see euphoric hardstyle as a nice genre that you can enjoy with a cold beer at a festival. Unfortunately, I have to rate the genre as nice tier, specifically at C. Sorry to the euphoric lovers out there. Early gabber laid the foundation for the harder styles genre. The hardcore of the 90s remains the most fundamental and is a timeless classic to this day. It remains highly popular and continues to shape youth culture across generations. The gabbers from back then are now over 50. I always enjoy seeing an old-timer who can still hackin' like a pro.
Oh, yeah!
With BPM ranging from 160 to 200, it's a very fast-paced genre and was the hardest at that time. Early gabber is diverse, ranging from happy hardcore to early terror. Today, this genre is experiencing a resurgence. Old school is highly popular, and the hacking scene is a real thing on social media.
The volume, dance with the speaker till you hear it boom. Dance with the speaker till you hear it boom. Dance with the speaker till you hear it boom. Dance with the speaker till you hear it boom.
I like early gabber, and it's the foundational genre for hardcore and harder styles in general. It represents the roots. However, since it has aged, and especially the classics aren't as heavy compared to their modern counterparts, I would rate the whole thing a solid B tier. Ladies and gents, this is a real epic one. Millennium Hardcore combines hard, rough kicks, exceptional sound design, and captivating melodies within a dark framework. It's always good to listen to, giving me energy for work, the gym, and starting a good gabber party. Unfortunately, it's not actively produced anymore. So I decided to produce this style that I have a passion for. With a BPM range from 160 to around 190 BPM, it's perfect for hacking.
Let's go!
Millennium Hardcore was the main style of the 2000s to the early 2010s. Before uptempo took over the scene, every DJ had their own individual sound, making the genre very diverse. The kicks are truly heavy and strongly distorted, creating a powerful impact live. On top of that, the melodies add the right vibe. This genre runs parallel to classic hardstyle, as both the hardcore and hardstyle camps influenced each other in the 2000s. Hardcore became more melodic, while hardstyle evolved towards harder styles over the years. Because of the energy and atmosphere that resonate so strongly with me and led me to DJ and produce within this genre, it definitely deserves an S-tier ranking. Modern hardcore is based on Millennium Hardcore and has become the new main style. The BPM has significantly increased to 180 to 200 BPM, and the quality standards have also risen sharply. The genre aims to maintain the old melodic hardcore vibe while incorporating trends like clean kicks or side drops. You can hear this type of hardcore on every hardcore main stage. In the 2020s, it's often mixed with up-tempo, and some even consider up-tempo as the new main style. This style is often played right at the end of festival end shows. The lead synths sound very clean and expansive, creating an epic feeling. Hardcore continues to evolve, but not every development is welcomed. Personally, I prefer Millennium Hardcore, even though the newer hardcore offers higher sound quality. However, the newer hardcore often lacks depth and a cohesive musical direction. The tracks you're hearing right now in this genre are just the best examples of modern hardcore that I enjoy. Most of it is geared towards mainstream appeal, with catchy elements like popular vocal remixes or dull up-tempo kicks. Sometimes I feel like producers lack the deep motivation to create something original beyond following trends. It's understandable, as this approach may reach a smaller audience. However, for me, this often leads to a lack of passion in the music, which is quite unfortunate. There are truly incredible producers out there who don't follow trends, but instead create their own unique sound and narrative. Therefore, modern hardcore unfortunately only receives a decent C-tier ranking from me. Up-tempo is the genre that was meant to revolutionize hardcore. It pushes the boundaries of tempo and intensity immensely, with a BPM ranging from 190 to 220 BPM and beyond, making up-tempo one of the hardest genres within the harder styles.
Away.
Up-tempo emerged in the early 2010s as a faster form of hardcore and became a style of play in itself. Party Raiser was known for raising the party with his pitch and is considered the father of up-tempo. The kicks continued to evolve, and the average tempo increased to over 200 BPM. During the peak of up-tempo, I had a lot of fun channeling all my energy for hours with the aggressive backstep to up-tempo beats. Sometimes Haken made me so dizzy that I almost threw up. But you get improved stamina and the runner's high as benefit.
Apprentice and master, the sound becomes one.
I still love bangers like Sound Becomes One. Destructive Tendencies is my favorite DJ group, and their tracks are true classics to me. The memories associated with these tracks are priceless. Unfortunately, over the years, the genre has increasingly leaned towards the mainstream and has been overshadowed by hype and too many fake drops, in my opinion. The high-pitched and screeching kicks no longer convey the aggressive vibe that up-tempo originally had. Additionally, the music has become so fast that it's challenging to keep up the Haken dance for long without feeling exhausted. Therefore, unlike any other genre, I have mixed feelings about up-tempo. The early up-tempo of the mid-2010 SCs would get an A ranking from me. The new up-tempo would receive a low C ranking, almost D tier. Therefore, with a heavy heart, considering the overall evolution up to today, I give up-tempo a meager B ranking.
Bugger, bugger, buggity, 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 fuck off!
Frenchcore is a cool genre that offers incredibly creative possibilities. It's relatively fast-paced, ranging from 180 to over 220 BPM. Frenchcore is always exciting, and the kicks really motivate you to hack it. It's one of the few genres that isn't influenced by trends like clean kicks or peep kicks.
We about to bubble, baby, get your waterproof vest.
Therefore, Frenchcore is diverse and offers various styles, as I mentioned in my video on the history of Frenchcore. The genre provides a fresh alternative to other harder styles genres, which is a big plus for me. However, it doesn't resonate with my taste as strongly as other genres do. Additionally, many acts in Frenchcore are quite commercial and remix a lot of pop songs, which isn't my favorite aspect. Therefore, Frenchcore is like a tasty snack for me, earning a solid B tier ranking. Terror is one of the fastest genres in the harder styles, with a tempo ranging from 200 to 300 BPM. The kicks are often relentless and heavily distorted. At festivals, this genre really drives people wild. There are many passionate terror listeners. Fortunately, the genre remains untouched by trends and seems to have its own unique scene. Terror has really nice kicks and percussion patterns in my opinion. Some producers like SRB I really enjoy, while others don't appeal to me as much. Listening to a Terror set now and then is okay for me, but I love to hacken, and Terror is consistently too fast for that in my opinion, as the movement becomes shorter and quicker as a result. Therefore, terror is more about getting into it with fists and pushing each other up. I can understand the vibe, but it's just not quite my taste. However, I find it more appealing than the commercial, cheesy productions. As a result, it receives a C-tier ranking. Industrial hardcore is a highly individual genre that also encompasses subgenres like crossbreed. Industrial is characterized by breakbeats, rugged kicks, and a dark atmosphere, with a wide BPM range from 150 to over 200 BPM. What's interesting about this genre is its uniqueness. Each artist has their own signature sound that sets them apart from others. As a result, one artist may be very appealing while another is less so. This diversity leads to new innovations in the hardcore genre, making industrial an experimental laboratory for kicks and arrangement.
I'm on that real shit, fuck you, pay me! Fuck you, pay me!
I truly had the time of my life on industrial hardcore. The kicks are just pounding and motivate every step of the hack and dance. The energy and variety in these sets are phenomenal. Furthermore, the genre is relatively non-commercial and quite underground. There are many crossovers with other genres like Xtra Raw. Since I discovered industrial through Rawstyle, I highly recommend any raw head to give industrial a listen. It's one of my favorite genres, and due to its great variety and dark vibes, it earns a stellar S-tier ranking from me. The next genre is quite extraordinary. It breaks all speed limits, going beyond good and evil. It's so fast that the kicks can be perceived as their own tone, representing a frequency. I'm talking about speedcore. Hate it or love it. With speeds reaching and exceeding 1000 BPM, as well as subgenres like splitter or grindcore, it's a very niche genre within the harder styles realm. It has its own special crowd with underground events. Nevertheless, this genre remains foreign to me, and I only have one track from Dr. Peacock and Hell Creator that stands out as a cool piece of art, especially in the way it's presented here. An absolute unique creation. I know many gabbers enjoy it, but for me, the excessively high BPM doesn't create a hard sound anymore. It's impossible to hack into, and I just don't feel it. Therefore, this genre also receives a D-tier ranking from me. It serves more as an example of how extreme things can get than making good party music, in my opinion. Hard tech is a genre ranging from 150 to 200 BPM. It has a predominantly Eastern German following and enjoys many tech events there, often including illegal raves. The term Techno, commonly used in German, mixes elements from genres like hardcore, Frenchcore, and techno in a wild combination. The kicks in hard tech range from sharp to dull and often lack good sound quality. Bootlegs of popular tracks are also frequently created in this genre. The genre is often associated with trashy elements and lyrics about drugs, societal issues, and mental health problems. In some cases, this association may be accurate, given the higher poverty rates, increased right-wing populism, and prevalent drug issues, especially with methamphetamine, such as crystal meth, in Eastern Germany. Personally, this genre doesn't appeal to me at all. It's often poorly produced, and the crowd is heavily drug-oriented, which doesn't align with my vibe. The genre lacks good melodies and production quality. Hard tech artists are known to push boundaries into the red section in audio outputs, but this doesn't make the tracks harder. It just reduces the overall quality and sounds unpleasant. Therefore, this genre barely scrapes by with a D tier ranking from me. I'd even prefer to place it in an E tier if possible.
Don't stop, pop that.
On the other hand, we have hard techno, written together as hard techno, and not as divided hard techno, which would be a slightly another genre I will comment soon. The old school style, also known as Trance, was invented by Chris Liebing in 1994. This rough and fast techno, ranging from 140 to 160 BPM, and sometimes faster depending on the set, has a rich history in Germany. It continues to influence techno and certain expressions within the harder styles of the Benelux countries to this day. I really enjoy the new interpretations of this genre, such as those by KloneZ, who blends old-school Trance from the 2000s with new melodic elements in the EP Weltschmerz. In live performances, he often plays less melodic old-school hard techno from the 2000s, which I also appreciate, although it can become quite monotonous. Therefore, I find the modern hybrid of driving, gritty beats with fresh new elements to be a good combination, pushing modern hard techno forward. So I would give this genre a B tier. As I mentioned, this ranking is purely subjective. If I were to rank genres based on their importance to the harder style scene, it would likely look quite different. I created this ranking gradually, based partly on my own feelings and some information. That's why it emerged intuitively, which I would recommend to anyone when categorizing music. Music should be felt, not overthought, even when I enjoy doing both. Therefore, important genres like early gabber still ended up in the B tier, even though it has a very good community and scene. This is because, in comparison, I personally attribute more meaning to genres like millennium hardcore in that category because I feel more connected to them. I encourage you to make your own list with these genres or others. Feel free to share your tier list in the comments or create your own video. I would love to see your ranking. And as always, thanks for watching.